Hello and welcome to episode 111 of the FPL Hangover podcast, where we raise the bar and lower the tone, all things FPL related. We are back to you this week after a week's hiatus. We didn't do an episode after the last game week because it dragged out so long, and the next game week was starting on the Friday, so we said fuck it, take the week off and see what's happened, see what happens. But absence makes the heart grow fonder, and we have a bumper packed episode for you this week, ladies and gentlemen. There is hot topics, a crazy drunk tank. We're going to be looking at game week 34 pretty much all the way through to the end now. I mean, game week 38 is essentially in sight, and here to talk through all that nonsense with me is my podcast partner in crime, Paddy. How are you getting on, my friend?
I'm getting on great to be back. Missed you.
Did you miss me? Yeah, it was 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I remember I rang you and I was like, oh, what are we doing on the pod? And then you're like, there is no pod.
That isn't really the full story. You rang me and said, "Where's the fucking questions, Tweaker? Pull your finger out of your arse. Don't make me go social with this." And that was the message I woke up to. Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry. Apologies.
Yeah. But I missed you too. Not so much FPL though, because it's been pretty dark times for the last couple of weeks for myself, and I'm not sure about you, Paddy, but I'd say we're kind of in a similar situation. How has game week 34 been for you? Where were you before this week started off?
I haven't. I'm on game week 33. Hopefully, game week 34 will be good. But this is officially my first red arrow in about, I'd say, 5 game weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've been all greens until then?
Yeah, but I've been pretty shit. So I am on 40 points, I think, all out.
Is that this week? Yeah. Where were you before this week started off? Tell me about your transfers. Set the mood, man.
Oh, yeah. So I just kind of went right in there and started finger banging you. Right, let's see. Where was I before? I was 250k.
Okay.
And I have now dropped to 291k. I took a -4 this week, which we discussed off pod, like -4 when a player isn't playing. It's not a big deal, is it?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I was the same as you. I took a hit this week. I wouldn't have had a player come, be in that position, and I got, we'll say 3 for me was Greenwood, so that's 3 points I wouldn't have had. I'm looking at it as a -1, and we both have a wild card, so it's not like we couldn't make those kind of weekly, slightly more short-term kind of decisions. But go on, sorry.
No, you're 100%. So my -4 was I got rid of Kane for Vardy, which I thought was, not a bad transfer at the time. And I got rid of Cancelo for Castagna. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's how I say it.
So, I can't be too unhappy because Castagna scored a goal tonight.
He did. He looks like he's on for 8 minimums, and he's on at the moment. He's 1 bonus point coming his way, so he'll be getting you a 9-point haul. But as we saw this week with a certain Egyptian, bonus points aren't in until the fan lady sings, if you will.
Yeah, seen that. That was a shocker, wasn't it? 2 points out of nowhere.
I'll take it. Salah captainer here, so I was pretty, I wouldn't say dejected, but I was definitely a little underwhelmed finishing the Newcastle match.
Yeah.
So to see 2 points added, that felt like a little bit of a win for me. But
Well, I'll take your 2 bonus points, miraculous bonus points, and raise you a Watkins assist. So.
Another stroke of fortune this week. That caused a bit of controversy in the FPL universe, didn't it?
It did indeed. There was so many tears. Of course, I was fucking drinking them all up.
Yeah, of course. You were swimming in them. That's what you like to do.
I loved
That's what keeps you so young looking.
Yeah, that's it.
What do you make of the Watkins assist 2-2 to Villa, between Villa and West Brom? Bit disappointing for clean sheets. Myself and yourself, both Martin as owners. I had actually doubled up, so bit of a disappointment all around. But Watkins, lucky assist. What do you make of it?
Yeah, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? This game, you win some, you lose some. But in the Watkins assist defense,
Yeah.
It was a cross, and it was intended for Watkins, and he finished it. Fair enough, it had a little bounce off the defender, but people were putting up previous assists,
Yeah.
and the ball wasn't fucking intended for these guys. It was just like a complete.
I can see both sides of the coin, or both sides of the argument. I'm with you. I think he put the ball in there for a striker to get onto. I don't know where you start drawing the line, because like there was a fumble. I know it hit the chest of whatever West Brom defender it hit the chest of, and then the keeper was supposed to come out and claim it. So I suppose there was interference, and there's definitely precedent has been set where assists haven't been given. But I think the whole thing is up in the air, and I, for one, welcome the circus. I like when it comes to town.
Can I just put it this way, right? If I didn't own Watkins, it was never an assist. Never an assist.
100%.
I have Watkins in my FPL team, so for me it was a 100% an assist. So I'm going to rule it on a completely fine. Was a completely standard assist.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So that must be definitely one of your highlights of the week. Talk me through a potential low point for you. I'm looking at a big fat captain blank.
Yeah, well that's always going to be a real low point of captaincy. Blank. I thought Vardy might have, I thought he was really going to. I was, I woke up this morning and I was really excited because this is the game. Whenever you have your captain, you pick your captain, right? Sometimes before, when I was a bit of a casual, I used to pick my captain early just to have the buzz,
Yeah. And what do you mean?
I mean, like, if there was the first game was on, or like there was games on that day on the if there was 2 or 3 games on a Saturday.
Yeah. You go 12 o'clock kickoff.
No, I wouldn't go the 12 o'clock kickoff. I was a bit superstitious about that, but I would go the Saturday game. All right. So now we have games on a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Monday.
Yeah.
So since I've turned semi-professional, I've learned to contain these wild feelings of putting an early captaincy out, just for the sake of just the rush, the buzz.
Or maybe you've gotten so used to, substandard scores that you're just willing to put the captain on your last player of the game week.
Well, that could be it too. But it was hard. It was hard for me though. I like to do that, so I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go Vardy captain." And I had to sit through all the fucking shit. Look at all those Salah points, and it came to my day. This was my day, and he fucking ruined it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like there was.
Didn't he?
He did. He missed a few. There was a predecessor, your predecessor actually. He also captained Vardy, so he would have been, he had triple Leicester going into this, so he's right behind me in, the kind of the personal mini league, and it's like, oh fuck, I got Vardy in this week, but ended up kind of where I was willing to take a single digit score. Anything more was going to upset me. But I think he would have disappointed a lot of owners. He was probably. I don't have the facts because what is this, a professional podcast? Yeah. But I'm sure he was like second, third highest captain this week behind the likes of Salah and there was Fernandes owners. I mean, maybe Iheanacho had a higher ownership than him. It's definitely not ownership, but a captaincy kind of ownership. Maybe I'm selling him short there because he did deliver this week, and he I wouldn't say he saved my game week, but he definitely didn't do any damage. What did he get tonight, Paddy? Iheanacho got.
I got by 18 points, captain, 9 points. I don't know what his bonus points are yet, but he certainly he was 9 points the last time I looked.
Yeah, I'm after fucking up the screens here now.
He's probably not as I know Vardy is like 32% effective ownership, so Iheanacho can't be up there as well, huh?
I mean, this is the kind of shit we should really have answered before we came on air, but we're too busy chatting shit and fucking talking about wrestling and stuff and going, oh god, we gotta get this podcast started.
Oh my god,
what are we gonna do? We'll just wing it. We'll wing it.
We'll fucking wing it.
But I have that shit sorted. I'm currently on 42 points with 8 to come off the bench for Rudiger, so that'll give me a grand total of 50. I did also take the hit, so really just 46. And Iheanacho is currently on for all 3 BAPs, so
wow,
that will pump me back up to the 51 mark. And happy days for Iheanacho owners. He's been a revelation last couple of weeks.
He's been good. Let's
have a quick look at what he's got. So
what's your reward now?
My over. I'm not entirely sure. I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, go on
But
ahead.
looking at Iheanacho there, like I mean, the run of form he's on at the moment, he's gotten 4 goals in his last 3, something like another 2, 5, 4, 9, 10 goals in his last 8 games, something like
Wow.
that, 7 games. It's absolutely insane. Considering I don't know about you, but since he left City, I was never kind of expecting a whole lot from him. I thought his days were done and dusted. What a
Yeah.
revival! It's a battle between himself and Jesse Lingard, I think, for who's had the biggest kind of kickstart or to their career this season, who's really kind of brought it
Yeah.
back from the dead. And I don't know. What about you, Jesse Lingard or Iheanacho? Who do you think's?
I think I have to go with Lingard at the moment. Speaking of Iniacho, do you remember when he was at City and anytime Aguero was injured and stuff, Iniacho would play? He always done the business when he.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember. And he was
I used
coming
to
on
always,
as a sub
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, interesting one here. Leicester have picked up 19 points from losing positions in the Premier League this season. A figure only Manchester United can better with 28.
that's crazy. Oh, you've done it again. What have you smashed this time,
I
Paddy?
didn't smash it. I knocked over a glass that was over there. It's okay. But
What do you what? Sorry. What were you drinking this evening?
oh yeah, I'm on the Kinniger and I'm on the Yana Ruddy.
Okay, the Yana Ruddy. You like the Yana Ruddy? That's the second or third time you've been
I
drinking it.
know I love the Yana Ruddy. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Since you asked, I am drinking the White Hag, Irish Brewing Company New World Pale Ale. There's the
Let's look
can
at
right
that.
there.
Oh yeah, I love the fancy looking cans.
It's all right. The gas stations just started selling this. It's the newest
Wow.
craft beer they have in, and I was getting it off that Craft Central site beforehand. So delighted to be able to just walk down to the
Yeah,
petrol station and get it. There we go.
that's good.
But yeah, my transfers this week, getting back to a bit of FPL, didn't turn out all that good. I took a hit. I transferred out Kane and I transferred out Rafinha, again, kind of based on the fact that I wouldn't have had any players in their position. Took a bit of a punt on Greenwood
Yeah.
and brought Vardy in for Kane, knowing that I can bring Kane back in this week for the wild card. Essentially, that's kind of where I am right now,
Yeah.
Petty.
Me and you're on the
Um,
wild card, aren't we?
I think so. I mean, like, we're very underwhelmed about it. How, like, you
Yeah.
don't seem to be too focused on it, as considering we did a whole live stream 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago on your wildcard. You don't seem too enthused. What's going on in that,
Well,
Donegal skull of yours?
what it was it 2 or 3 weeks ago that we decided. Remember we done the wild card episode and I'd
Game week
practically
31. So
right. Okay,
three
game week
weeks ago.
31. So game week 31, right? I got 67 points. I didn't wild card. Happy days. The average was like 41. I didn't wild card game week 32. The average was 47. I got 68 points.
How do you have all these figures to hand? That's not like you.
Yeah, no, I've been doing a bit. I want to up my reputation on the podcast as like kind of a professional like yourself.
That's why we've got those
Oh
headphones
yeah,
on
I
now.
got
You're,
these as well.
you're
So
rocking them.
these aren't even working. I'm just using the speakers. They're not even plugged in. They're not even
Yeah.
plugged in.
Oh, stop.
And so so then this week, game week 33, I have 40 points. So maybe it's time to wildcard.
Yeah, I'm with you. 40, 50 odd. I mean, my game week as a whole wasn't terrible, but I'm like, it's getting to that stage now. If you're still holding on to your wild cards, there's only 5 more game weeks to go. Is it 5? Like, we just finished game week 33.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's 5 more game weeks to go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
When are we getting the blanks?
Well, we don't know yet. That's
what's
the
holding
big.
us
That's
back.
kind of, I think, what's exactly. I think that's what's putting me like a bit of at least a damp feeling on this wild card that I know I'm probably going to hit this week.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make much sense to not. If I was
Shitty
to,
week to hit it though, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, it's only shitty for me with the kind of the unknowing that's to follow with the blanks and stuff. Why do you say that, Patty?
I just mean that like if you wanted to get in like a couple of United players, or I mean like a Greenwood or a Salah if you didn't already have him. Like it's just the United are playing Liverpool. You'd nearly just want to see this week out with what you got. Like I've got Fernandes, I've got Cavani. I can just sub maybe Cavani out. You made a good point earlier about Cavani playing in the Europa League.
Yeah,
That he probably won't start that game.
I'd be very worried about it in the sense that, like, yeah, it kind of depends on how Thursday night goes, but he did say it to what game was it that Cavani was rested a couple of weeks ago? You remembered it a while ago, and I can't remember now.
Well,
Whatever game,
yeah, whatever
everyone
game.
was expecting him to start, and it turned out that he basically told Solskjaer that he wasn't kind of able to play the match. He was feeling the kind of the previous game and whatnot, and I think it could be that way until the end of the season. Now,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a hot take, but if he's playing on Thursday night, I wouldn't expect him to get more than maybe 30 minutes against Liverpool. He'll probably go with maybe Dan James, like he did against City, and just kind of go for that counter attack. I don't know. Could be talking out my arse here,
No, that's
and I would want to see Cavani, but as an FPL option, I'd be worried while United are still in the Europa League with him. And I was tempted last week. I ended up going with Iheanacho, but at least you have an Iheanacho sized replacement if you wanted. He has to be turning your head, Paddy.
look. He's probably like we should probably just captain him for the rest of the season.
Well, I mean, I was going to save this for later on in the show, but I mean, it's a pretty big question. Like, who are you thinking as a captain option next week? So insert soundbite that I don't have for a funny captain bit. But like next week's captains, if you have the fixtures up in front of you, Betty.
I don't, but I have my team here and I'm looking at it, and Son versus Sheffield United, Vardy versus Southampton,
Why not Kane versus Sheffield United?
because I've sold him
Okay.
for Vardy.
Yeah. Who also has a pretty okay fixture. Southampton away. We saw what Leicester did to Southampton away last year.
Yeah, true.
9-0.
Yes, yeah. So,
So Iheanacho is an option. That's the kind of thing. But I mean, you're talking about a wild card. Like, you can essentially have your pick of a bunch. So Kane isn't really. You can bring him straight back in if you wanted. No, I mean, has Vardy left a bitter taste in
do
your
I
mouth?
want to bring Kane back in after? Like, he's not. He doesn't look 100%. The cup final, he didn't look great.
No, he
Manchester City
didn't.
and Spurs. Do I want Kane back in for that money now? Like, I could easily get rid of Cavani and bring in Kane, or I could
Yeah.
get rid of Cavani and bring in Iniacho and go double Leicester attack.
Well, I mean, like, I'll be straight with you. I
Yeah,
think like I'm looking at like the only reason I got rid of Kane was because I could wildcard him back into my team.
yeah.
So I would probably have no issue going. For me, it's Bamford to Harry Kane. I think he has a full week off now between the Sunday Carabao Cup and this Sunday Quarter 7 against Sheffield United. He played 90 minutes against City at the weekend. I'm sure a week off he can play next Sunday. Spurs need to, they're still fighting for top 4, although the amount of game weeks we have left where teams are, still playing for something is starting to, look
Yeah.
slim. Which is another reason why I might just go with the wildcard this week, just to have a bit of an effect on it, because I feel like game week 37, game week 38, maybe outside some of the relegation positions, and yes, there could be a fourth spot kind of battle on, but I feel like, the amount of people on the beach this season could be pretty fucking high by the end of the year.
Okay, right, Chair. This is what you done to me. We're going devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Give me your team. We'll do this quickly enough. Give me your team and who are they playing this week?
Give you my team.
Yeah, and who they're playing. Just
Okay.
let's just a quick run through, because a lot of people will probably have these players too that are listening.
Okay, so my goalkeeper as it stands is Martinez. I have Veltman, Alonso, and Target starting. Jota, Greenwood, Salah, Fernandez. So my entire midfield playing each other, which is probably the reason I will be fucking wildcarding, because I'm not having that. Jota, Greenwood, Salah, Fernandez playing each other.
Yeah, that I can
and then-
see. I can see
Yeah.
that.
And then Vardy, Bamford, Niacho. I also have Son there, so he'll be coming on. But I'm looking at who I don't want in my team. That's the
Well,
thing.
who
right
do you
now.
not want?
I don't want Alonso. I think that was a punt that did not pay
No,
off. I got
that's a fail. Yeah, okay.
one dodgy clean sheet when all the other players were rested. That's all I could kind of brag to that. I don't want Alonso. I don't want Stones. Obviously, he's suspended for the next He'll probably play Champions League and he's suspended for the next 2 anyway. So don't want him.
Okay.
Jota? And Jota, Greenwood. Greenwood was kind of just a 1 week punt, so I'm not too sold on him alongside Fernandes. Yeah. And Jota is someone I'd be willing to part with for the likes of a Jay Lings. So
you don't have the Jay Lings?
I don't, you see. That's the thing. I don't have Jesse Lingard. I don't have Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I don't have Harry Kane right now.
Well, to me, you've made a great case for a wildcard.
Well, you were playing devil's advocate, so what was the counterpoint?
Yeah, well, I don't have one now. I've heard your team. Shite.
Shit.
You have to fucking wildcard.
I think I kind of backed myself into a corner. I was like, like last week when I did the Greenwood and Kane out, I was like, yeah, no, you definitely have to wildcard next week.
Yeah, but you knew at the back of your head you had the wildcard. Now, allow me to present to you why I'm not wildcarding. Again,
are you not okay?
I don't think I am, but you can try and convince me, right?
All right.
So Matine's Nets, Everton.
Yeah.
So. Veltman, Leeds. He's been doing okay for me. Taylor, West Ham United. Dallas, Brighton. Castagne, Southampton. Now, there was a derogatory comment made about my defence there a couple of weeks ago, and it hasn't changed too much. It was like something. I think Flapjack said it was like a reverse cowgirl defense,
Flapjack from FPL Surgery.
Yeah, and that defense there has.
I don't get it. Reverse cowgirl.
Explain it's just going to get fucked, basically. Reverse cowgirl. So not even normally, not missionary fucked, like reverse cowgirl fucked. So
shit. Yeah. It's serious,
So it does sound bad, but it's actually been ticking along. Like Taylor and Dallas got me 12 points this week. And
I feel like the Dallas.
Got me 8.
Okay.
And quickly, Leeds, West Ham, Brighton, and Castagne, Southampton. Anyway, midfield: Fernandes, Son, Lingard, Burnley, Son, Sheffield, Fernandes, Liverpool, whatever. Strikers: Vardy, Southampton, Watkins, Everton, and Cavani. Liverpool. Now that's a 4-3-3. My subs are Jota, Rafinha, and Mitchell.
Okay.
I've got Jota on the bench, by the way.
And considering you could probably just turn Cavani into Iheanacho, that would make the team look a whole lot healthier.
I can even turn Cavani into Kane.
With the cash in the bank without a hit?
Yeah. I've got 5 million in the bank. Remove Cavani. I have 12.8.
Just do that then. Don't
yes,
even think
I'm
about
thinking.
It. Just do that, man. Yeah, no.
So, I need to wildcard?
Like, in particular, no. There's nothing screaming wildcard at me. I think my issue is I'm looking to wildcard into a bench boost, so I'm trying to play that wildcard a week ahead of when I want to bench boost. Do you get me?
Yes.
But you don't have that issue.
No.
So you're just kind of, you could definitely wait a week or so. Are you, like, we've gone through players and maybe we're rambling. So this is the perfect time to tell you to subscribe if you're still listening to YouTube. If you've gotten this far, subscribe, or if you're listening to this on Spotify or any of the other audio stuff, Apple, you know the drill. Just leave a nice comment, and that would do us a world of good. And recommend us to a friend. But basically, I can't remember what I was going to say.
And retweet
too busy
the pod.
plugging.
Retweet it as well. See all these fucking likes. Likes don't do no good to nobody. Like, just fucking retweet.
See, you're hearing likes in a Twitter head, and when I'm asking people to like it, I mean on what they're listening to. Because the vast majority of people that listen to us, I don't think are on Twitter, considering how shit I am at being, a social media.
That was to the Twitter people.
Yeah, if you are listening to us and you are on Twitter, then pull your finger out of your arse, will you?
Fucking retweet it.
But basically, I can't remember what I was going to say, but I would be going Cavani straight to Kane. You don't have to worry about like bench boost and getting 15 players out. You can use that wild card next week. It probably will make much of a difference.
And I'll just have pure skitter diarrhea bench and just pump it all into the fucking main team.
Yeah. We've skipped over a certain talking point this week that I'm sure is, at the forefront of everyone's minds. A certain Kiwi who bagged a hat-trick and an assist this week.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, Paddy?
Chris Wood.
Mr. Wood himself. Yeah. Everybody got Wood.
Well, why are we not... it's just like a fucking one-hit wonder, isn't it? It's like fucking Chesney Hawks.
Well, I mean, look, he's been tipping away for a little bit. I don't have the the skills to just pull up a load of Chris Wood stats, but what I can do is look at kind of his recent run of form. And I mean, like, he's been tipping away. I've seen him there's a reason he was in a few teams. Like, he's only 2.3% owned, so he's a massive differential.
Wow.
Crazy differential. But a few, little nuggets around the place have them in their team. And he has gotten 6 goals in his last 6 games. Now, 3 obviously this weekend. Yeah. But 6 goals and 3 assists in the last 6 games. That's kind of after coming back from his injury there. He came on for 17 minutes and 26. In the double game week 26, he came on for 17 in the first match, and then he was playing from the start in that second fixture. So yeah, as I said, 90 minutes in the last 6-7 games, and he's gotten fucking 6 goals and 3 assists. So you can't. It's not a one-hit wonder.
How much is he?
How much do you think he is? Yeah. What will you give me for him?
I'll give you 5.56 million for him.
He's 6.3, man. You're not getting anywhere with 5 million. Well, I mean, you've got Cavani, although you're talking about turning him into Kane.
Yeah.
You don't have Iheanacho, so maybe that's someone kind of fighting for that Chris Wood position at the moment. I'd say is Iheanacho, but he's got West Ham United up next. Now that's not going to be too easy. Obviously, West Ham having an incredible season so far, but in game week 35, he's Fulham. He's 36 leads, which we know, what's potential, the potential kind of damage that he could do against a Leeds backline. Although they have shored up, lately, and that's something we probably should get to. But then he's got Liverpool and Sheffield United, so a mixed set of fixtures. I definitely am not turning my nose up at him, but this week was all about Chris Wood. Let him have his moment, Paddy. Jeez.
Maybe over Watkins.
Here's me looking up stuff, and I don't even have the fucking image on the screen.
I'll tell you what.
Over Watkins, I mean, that's like you've got Watkins. He must be wearing tin. Watkins does have a double in line.
Yeah, no, actually not over Watkins. Then just delete that comment. But Watkins, right?
Yeah.
You just give me your fancy Wood stuff there. Watkins' last couple of matches. Or I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, when do you hear that? Listen to this. Watkins, right? Give me 28. 5 points. Game week 29, 2 points. Game week 30, 7 points. Game week 31, 8 points. Game week 32, 5 points. And game week 33, 5 points. Great wee man there.
Yeah, I mean, he's been tipping away. He's definitely someone that, he's been left in people's squads since, earlier in the season. He's just been kind of...
Yeah, he hasn't been a fire to put out, really, has he?
That's kind of the thing. I think you said it there.
Give me the chosen 3 forwards. Give me the going in now to the running, the chosen 3, and I'll immediately after you say one, I'll say right or wrong. Okay.
Okay. Harry Kane.
Yes.
Iheanacho.
Yes.
And I guess I'd have to go with. Fucking.
It's okay.
Watkins.
I only had 2 as well.
Well, I was going to go Vardy, but I'm really sitting on the fence with Vardy.
Yeah, I'm the same. So, Iheanacho, Kane, and...
I'm going to go. So I'm still saying Vardy right now, I think, just because the fixtures are too nice for a couple of more weeks.
Yeah.
But they're just, pick of the crop. Like, what would be your third option there?
Yeah, well, I actually didn't have one. I kind of only had 2, and I just wanted to hear what you would say for 3. I have Cavani, Watkins, and Vardy. I'm going to make Cavani into Kane, so then I'll have Kane, Watkins, and Vardy. But I think I would rather have Iheanacho than Watkins, of course.
Yeah, I mean, Iheanacho than Vardy is definitely something that you could be saying there,
Yeah, and I have to get Salah in there. So.
I mean, the question with Leicester, they do have a double coming up, but they are one of those teams that are going to blank. And if you look at the fixtures, now if I could draw everyone's attention to the screens, not the audio listeners, keep your eyes on the road, or not, you do you. But if you look at who the fuck were we talking about?
Leicester.
Yeah, if you look at Leicester's fixtures, so Crystal Palace was this week. I've got some Ben Crellin potential fixtures in front of me here, but they are due a double. So his prediction is Newcastle Man United in game week 35. They have Southampton next week in 34, and then most likely a blank in 36 with Chelsea and Tottenham in 37 and 38. So Leicester have kind of like, they had this lovely run. They've had 2 really nice fixtures before this, maybe 3. They still have a lovely one against Southampton, and they have a double after that. But you could argue that things are about to drop off a cliff then for the end of the season, you know, in terms of fantasy prospects and captaincy options and stuff like that. So, like, I think for Vardy owners out there, I'm looking at jumping off after that double game week, or at least, you know, assuming it goes the way we think it goes. It could. There is still other outcomes. It's worth, you know, noting to yourself, Paddy, and anyone who else who you know, anyone else who isn't, you know, keeping their ear to the ground. Basically, like, this could still turn into a tiny game week 36, massive 37. There's a lot of, you know, other options, but this is what the Krellmeister 5000 reckons it's going to be. And I would recommend anyone still invested at this stage of the season to check shit like that out, because it, you know, it can get a bit messy. And I've seen friends and listeners and stuff kind of, you know, let it slip by a little bit, and all of a sudden they're kicking themselves, you know, especially at the end of the season. If you've put 33 game weeks in, what the fuck is another 5, you know? And that goes to you, Paddy, as well. Pick that head up, okay? I see you. What are you doing, on your phone?
No, I'm looking there at what you're talking about, Vardy, and he's really fucking trolled us. Like, he's outscored Salah for the last 7 weeks, and then he's fucked us right up the bum. But, you know, I totally agree with you. And do you know what I've come up with after what you just said? I'm completely at ease now with my wild card. You know, I'm happy now. I don't feel like I'm holding it too long anymore. I can, after, you know, the Ben Crellin check there. Yeah. I can survive this game week, and then there's the double. I'll just keep my wild card. My team's strong enough to get me points.
I agree.
I don't 100%. Care. My wild card. Sometimes you wild card, and of course it's for the future. But if I have wild card and I want to get 3 good game weeks out of it, I think it can still serve a good purpose for me. I'm not going to hit it now just for the sake of thinking, oh, you know what, time's running out, because it might be running out, but my team's still strong enough to survive. Looking at these fixtures and what you've just said there with Leicester and the doubles.
Yeah, I definitely would. Like, you can buy yourself a week or 2, but I don't think I'd be waiting until, you know, 37 or 38. No. Because what's the fucking point then, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, even if it's like, it doesn't mean you have to completely, if you're happy with your team now, that's fine. But a wild card, especially this late of the season, it doesn't have to be a total overall kind of in your team. For me, for others who are kind of want to, you know, pick up the rank, but, you know, it's not like they're writing the season off. Anyone in the top 100k, you know, they don't have to make 11 wholesale changes. They can do 4 or 5 and get, like, maybe a couple of fringe players that they wanted to fix up, maybe put out a fire here and there. But you don't have to completely, you know, disable your kind of the direction you were going in. I do think, though, that you do have a pretty strong team at the moment. So, you know, if you wanted to wait a week or 2, I don't see that as, you know, I'm not going to judge you on that. Only when we're off air.
Of course, yeah, of course you will. But no, I'm just pretty happy with, you know, I've kind of been working things out here, and I like that Cavani to Kane move as well. Yeah. Just looking at those fixtures, Kane didn't look great in the final, but that was against City, you know, a well-drilled team, and they've just lost the manager, and I think he's just coming back. I don't think he should have probably played that match. I think he should have rested him. I know that they wanted to try and do everything they could to win it, but you just can't do that with Kane. Anytime that they throw him onto a game and he's not fully fit, that's what you get. I've seen it with England countless times as well.
Yeah, but are you going, if you're Ryan Mason, are you going to tell Harry Kane he's not playing in the League Cup final?
Are you fuck?
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it, and he was able to play. I'd be just more concerned that he's back in time for Sheffield United. But, you know, considering the hopes that people are going to put in that, you know, for a Spurs kind of big score, I wouldn't be surprised if that fucking ends 1-0. Bit sickened with Sheffield United beating Brighton this week as well. That was a bit of a shock. I know we both had Veltman, and we're kind of hoping on a bit of a clean sheet, but 1-0 to the Sheffield United. But, at least they're McGoldrick is back in. McGoldrout, as he was so lovingly nicknamed. That's
I love that.
7 goals this season. He's still in with a chance to
Wow.
get double digits, Paddy.
Oh, I might get him in instead.
So you'll never know. Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Yeah.
There's your Cavani replacement.
If you're chasing.
Yeah, if you want to be doing some fucking serious praying, if you're putting your hopes in Sheffield United. But yeah, so I mean, that was kind of game week 33. I was just going to, before we moved on, I just wanted to highlight again that teams with a fixture in hand are Everton, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, and Southampton. So for anyone who is looking to kind of target a double game week, or even just kind of maybe shore up their own team, I think the likes of Everton are probably the team out of those 4 that I'd be most interested in. Like, they beat Arsenal this week 1-0, and Ancelotti came out and said after the game that this was them. They're back. This is what he wanted. Do you know? Which is something that caught my eye. You know, because it's not like he's not a very, kind of dramatic manager. He's pretty kind of down to the point, and I like listening to what he has to say, because he kind of doesn't. It's not a whole lot of bullshit, and to hear him come out and say that, I don't know, it's piqued my head up. I have a couple of wildcard drafts, and there's a few Everton players there that are kind of looking for a shout. Have you any interest in them, Patrick?
Well, since you were chatting about them there, I start to look at the fixtures and things there, and of course DCL's back now as well, and he was a steady fixture in my team for a good, I would say, majority of the season. And just looking at the fixtures, they're not bad fixtures, and the way Ancelotti's chatting there, they're, it gives you a lot of hope in them. And
they've Villa this week. For anyone who doesn't have the fixtures at hand, Villa this week.
Yeah.
Potential double in game week 35 against West Ham, and the second Villa match, the away match against Villa that was postponed. They're following that up with Sheffield United, a Wolves team that just got their arses handed in by Burnley. And 38 against City, not exactly great, but again, that could be a City who have nothing to play. Well, will more than likely have absolutely nothing to play for.
That's what I was going to say. They'll be resting for the Champions League final.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. I think is it PSG against City?
I think it is. Yeah, but potentially, I was just looking at that last game of the season against City, and I was like, you know what, that doesn't mean anything. Players, some of them are on holidays, some of them aren't. Sometimes the matches with the least pressure are the matches that, City will probably beat them, but who's to say it isn't 3-2 with DCL getting a couple of goals?
100%. I mean, I'm kind of with you in the sense that I had DCL. I think most FPL managers would have had a bit of DCL action as the season has gone on, but I think the likes of Richarlison, he's been kind of quietly tipping away. He's always been a bit of a differential to that DCL, that kind of the zig when you want to zag. And then you had, you've got your premium options with like Lucas Dean, maybe Sigurdsson, who he's jumped into a couple of drafts that I've done for my post wildcard team. Yeah. So I can't say I haven't been looking at Everton. I think they look pretty solid. I'm also a little afraid to admit that I've had Pickford in a couple of drafts, which is worrying me. 4.8, but had lost his position, had also picked up an injury. It's hard to know which was which. He's played 90 minutes in the last 2. He picked up a 9-pointer against Arsenal, and he's looked pretty okay in the last couple of matches, even the ones he played before in 28 and 20 or 27 and 26. He looked okay. So hopefully his new haircut, brings strength. But am I mad for looking at? Yeah. What the fuck do you know about haircuts? They're as bad as myself. You're the opposite of myself.
Do you know what I was going to say before we body shame me? I love that you leave no stone unturned there, Jer. You have to look at all these players and differentials and things. And Pickford at that price isn't a bad shout, as along with the fixtures that you've just thrown up there for Everton.
Yeah, well, I think, Paddy, for me, it's like I have Martinez, anyone that's who, there he is, out loud and proud. I love it. But that was Paddy showing off his glorious skull to anyone.
Thank you.
is listening. But yeah, so basically, like, no, I am all about trying to get 15 playing players in my team right now with that bench boost still in hand. So maybe that's what I'm looking at, cutting corners. I have 2 Villa defenders, and I don't think I'd be entirely dissatisfied if I drop that down to 1. They've looked a bit suspect at the back for. I think they haven't kept a clean sheet in 6 or 7 games now. So, you know, it's been a while. I think I'd be more than happy to go with just Target, and if I could pick up a bit of Everton coverage, maybe it's, you know, that little differential that saves you. But I don't know. These are just the mad thoughts that are going in my head. You're talking about like going into the minutia and the details, Paddy. For me, it's I've been wrecking my head. Like today, it's been non-stop FPL. Do you know that kind of shit? I've left it all to the last minute.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I was just looking at a few goalkeepers there, informed goalkeepers, etc. And it doesn't matter if they're informed. Some of their fixtures are horrific. Like I was looking through them there, and you know, as you would if you were trying to find a goalkeeper. And you know what, your Pickford shout isn't bad at all. You know,
it's not. No, I don't think so. It's
you've done your homework, like.
Well, I mean, I think that's the handiest thing is when it gets down to like 4 or 5 game weeks for goalkeepers. It's like, oh look, there you go. That's exactly what you're gonna be aiming
exactly.
at. I suppose it's like that with every team, but you don't want to be using a transfer on a goalkeeper. I've also looked at the likes of Gylfi Sigurdsson. He seems to have kind of pushed his way back into the squad a bit. He got 2 goals against Spurs. He's had 6 goals this season, 4 assists. Nothing, you know, amazing, but he's on set pieces. So if you were, you know, feeling daring, there is something, you know, for the likes of. But I mean, there's just so much competition right now with Jota, Lingard, even Greenwood to an extent. You know, he's taking that 7 million spot. Mason Mount for Chelsea 6.7. You know, there's a lot of competition right there. So maybe Sigurdsson doesn't make the cut. But if you were looking to kind of change it up from the likes of a Calvert-Lewin or a Richarlison, he's on penalties as well, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, so that's enough of me talking about Everton, Paddy, and I think that's enough of game week 33.
Yeah,
I think it's about time we moved on over. What time is it, Patrick?
I think it's drunk tag time.
Oh yeah. So yeah, apologies in advance. This is going to be messy. Anyone who's stuck with us, again, I can only thank you for that, because as I said, it's about to go off a cliff. Patrick got his hands on the call out for questions, and he's brought in a bunch of ragamuffins. That's the least that I can say anyway.
Ragamuffins, right, I love it.
There's a bunch of them. So bear with us. We should be able to do this a bit of justice, but there's a couple of odd ones. We'll deal with some of the more serious FPL questions first, just to
good idea.
So a couple of locals in this week again, same as last week. Delighted to see him, and you know, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to, I think, take too much joy from these tweets. You know, what's that bit in Mad Max 4 when he's trying to tell everyone not to drink the water because when it dries up, you know, you'll miss it. That's how I feel right now with questions, Paddy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also trying to vamp so I can get the fucking things on the screen, but for some reason, oh, there we go. I figured it out, so I did.
Nice one.
Yeah, so the first one's in from DD at DD1978A. Evening, gents. I'm thinking of asking the top 10 players, he's 8th, in the Work FPL Mini League to break away and to form a kind of Super League setup.
Oh, the Super League.
Yeah, deliberately avoided that this weekend mentioning in this week's episode, and we didn't do one last week. But I do appreciate Didi's reference here. Surely this would work. Any thoughts? I'm 100% for it. I think you should do a Super League, and you know, cut off the fucking the hangers on. You know, you don't need them. What do you think, Paddy?
Yeah. So basically, is he saying that there's people like not really playing properly in his league?
Nah, he's just taking the piss. He's just saying, like, he was referencing the Super League, Paddy. Don't take it so seriously, man. Every time you come on the show, I say, Paddy, chill out. You're taking everything seriously.
I was like, is he like he was? I thought he like was hosting this great mini league, and there was these guys that weren't, you know, picking their captains every week and all, and he was just thinking about cutting them out.
Just your cut.
Super League.
Your cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that was was kind of madness over the last week. It actually, like, we were still up in the air about whether we do something on the Thursday night, and I don't know about you, but like, I was fucking down. I was super down last Tuesday, Wednesday. You know, all this Super League bullshit. Like, in my head, it was done. It was going through. I was like, even though it sounded absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, well, they've got their grubby mitts and everything else, so why wouldn't they get it this way? And I'm happy to see it's been
It has
dead for.
come and gone so quick that I actually have forgotten about it. Like, me and you didn't even chat about it off pod.
No.
And good job, because we wouldn't have fucking started recording till about 11. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, look, good riddance. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fucking do it, man.
You know,
Do it.
there's definitely, you know, more educated voices out there that have some, you know, great kind of. It's brought a conversation up, which is what I do like about it. There's people talking about, you know, what's needed now, reforms, all this kind of bullshit. But that's another conversation for a different time. Thanks for completely derailing us, Didi. He does have another FPL related question. He's thinking of cashing in on his expensive Liverpool assets. I assume LFC is Liverpool. Yeah, as the pool are too undependable. Thoughts? Well, I mean, for a start, what expensive assets? Salah
It has to be
and
talking
Trent.
about Salah and Trent. I would love to be bringing them in.
Well, yeah, I'm bringing Trent in, and I think, like, if you look at Liverpool's, you know, upcoming fixtures and shit like that, it's kind of insane. Like, at the moment, Liverpool have, okay, so obviously this week United match, not much, but then Southampton, West Brom, Burnley, Crystal Palace, and they're still playing for shit. You know what I mean? They're still trying to get in the Champions League spots. I think.
Well, who's he trying to bring in for these players? Like,
he's just thinking outside the box. He's just trying to, you know, see, is it time to... I mean, like, I am personally looking at getting rid of Jota. I mean, do you have...
Yeah, I'm getting rid of Jota. I want rid of that bastard. Yeah, he's fucking in the ruination of my fucking season here. The end season.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a... Like, I got him in for Newcastle and Leeds, and I was fucking fully sure he was going to get at least one goal.
Me too, mate.
Yeah, so, I mean, to be fair, he probably should have got a couple against... Was it Leeds?
I brought him in to cover Salah, like, just, you know, to pave over the cracks, just till I got Salah in, and he's fucking raped me.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for that.
Shagged me.
You know? But yeah, no, for me, Didi, I'm not looking at getting rid of Liverpool assets. I'm gonna, you know, be looking to bring in Trent, and Salah is not leaving the team, not while he's chasing golden boots. So, that's my thoughts on that one. Paddy, anything to add?
No, I think we've covered it. Fucking just keep them.
Just keep them. Yeah, I'm with you. So, another regular here. We have Nuclear Atoms at atoms_nuclear. He's got two questions. He's a sneaky one. He's also a eater of podcasts. Are Man United assets still worth keeping? They're still in Europa, so risk of rotation, and Bruno has really dropped off in terms of points. That's the first part. So a question on Man United assets, Paddy. What are you thinking? What are you staring at?
No, I was having a yawn. And I was also really thinking deeply about that question as I looked to the heavens, hoping for some kind of fucking answer.
It's divine inspiration.
But yeah, how do you answer that? Like, you know, I want to say there's only one worth keeping, and it's Bruno.
So you're not doubting the Bruno?
No, I'm going to keep Bruno, and I think United will finish strong.
I spent, as I said already, the day doing wildcards drafts, and I tried to do them one with Fernandes and one without Fernandes and see what kind of difference it would make. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I had 3 or 4 done with Fernandes in the team. I couldn't get him out. Like, I kept taking him out and ended up just putting him back in. No. And I was like... So for me, I'm keeping Fernandes. I think, of course, there's a risk of rotation, but Fernandes, obviously, I think there's only twice this season. I can't remember where the fuck I heard this, but I think there's only twice this season. He's only played 45 minutes, and then he's played 90 for the rest of them. So there's no worry about rotation with him. With the likes of Cavani, we've already discussed that he is someone I would be looking at getting rid of. I think I would be worried about rotation, and maybe that's not worth it. Greenwood's a bit of a punt. I think.
But with Pogba back now, it's like it's over.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, Pogba was only rested this weekend, you know, and like Pogba doesn't really put Greenwood's position at too much of a risk, especially with Martial out. So I wouldn't be too worried about Pogba, but I would be, worried about just in general rotation with the team, especially because United have it's pretty safe second place. I mean, they do want to pick up a couple of wins, and if they lose to Liverpool, I suppose that'll put the shits up them a little bit. But hopefully, like, the rotation is in the second leg of their Europa League, and everyone's laughing. But the next part of Nuclear Adam's question is, which differentials should we go for to mix it up with the current overperforming players? So differentials, Paddy, that's a big one. Any names that have caught your eye over the last couple of weeks?
Fucking different. Whenever someone asks me for a differential, that always fucking gets me. What's Danny Ings at the minute?
I believe, did he not just go off injured there last week? I think he did in the was it the Spurs match he went off?
Yeah, well, don't get him, okay? So,
he did score that match.
We actually talked about one. Wood, 2% ownership, fucking banging them in.
Yeah, but you were all, he's a flash in the pan, ignore him.
Yeah, but he's differential, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. It's 100% differential. But I mean, you're not expecting, he doesn't have a massive ceiling. Like, you wouldn't be expecting huge returns. I imagine this 20-pointer.
Is he asking who's the fucking highest ceiling, or is he asking for a differential?
He's asking for differential, but I mean, yeah, no, fair enough. I'll take your point.
Well, thank you very much.
I'll take your point, Patrick. I will throw one right back at you.
Thank you.
Jared Bowen. He's someone that obviously this is kind of Antonio dependent, because I know once he comes back, this will probably put his minutes at a bit more of a risk of rotation.
Yes.
But he has gotten 8 goals and 5 assists this season. He in his last, we'll say since game week 28, he's gotten 3 goals and 2 assists. So that's 6 game weeks, 3 goals, 2 assists. And West Ham's fixtures kind of come out of that quagmire they were in. Oh, they weren't too bad, but they did have Chelsea this week. And they have Burnley this week at home to Everton, which won't be great. But then they also have Brighton, West Brom, and Southampton. So nice sunny fixtures all the way to the end of the season.
And I would like to add one more.
I'll go for it.
Castagna for Leicester. Double game week incoming. 10% ownership. Scored tonight. And scored or assisted last week.
Yeah, he did. He's actually someone that I did highlight in the Fancy Football Scouts Academy article that we did this month. I think, like, we saw at the start of the season what he was capable of. He got 3 assists and a goal in his first 3 matches. In his first 6 game weeks, basically 3 assists and a goal, and I think it was a couple of clean sheets in there. But 2 clean sheets in there. But then he suffered that horrible injury, and it was kind of finding it tough to get his season on track again. But he seems to have got that right back role. My only concern is rotation with the likes of Pereira, Justin Thomas. Is that his name, Justin Thomas? I can't remember. Thomas, the left back. It's probably, I don't care. But yeah, basically concerns with Pereira. Does he stay on that right? Does he stay in the right wing back? That's up in the air, but we do know what he's capable of, Paddy. As you said tonight, he got you a beautiful goal, and I think there's a bonus point still to come that way as well. But I'd be watching out for him. I just think he's a bit pricey. He's a bit pricey to have, a team that aren't exactly airtight, because Leicester aren't airtight. That's the thing. Like, they're not the
that's right. Do I know who the king differential is at the minute? Charlie Taylor. 0.2% ownership, and he's fucking not bad fixtures, and he's a legend
for Burnley.
For fucking Burnley.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like, I think we all had a bit of Taylor action at some stage this season as well. What's the 4.4, like, bottom of the barrel pricing, and you can always count on, a bit of clean sheet action from Burnley. At least we kind of know what way they play. They haven't been all that successful at keeping clean sheets in the last few games. I mean, they kept one this week against Wolves, but haven't kept a clean sheet in like the 5 matches before that. So
well, the next 5 matches, right? West Ham, Fulham, Leeds, Liverpool, and Sheffield. Not the worst.
No, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. So there's a fuck ton of differentials.
Yeah, there you go,
I mean,
man.
if that doesn't win you the game, there's not a whole lot we can do about it, is there?
You're right.
But we got another one. That guy Morpheus.
Oh, yes, Morpheus.
Do you know this chap?
Oh, I fucking love this.
So this is the beginning of your ragtag bunch, is it?
This is the hooligans have entered the scene.
Oh Jesus! But this is actually a serious question.
No, Morpheus is a great guy, and he has a lovely robe.
He has a lovely robe.
He wears a robe like no one has ever seen Morpheus's face. Only me. And he doesn't wear clothes. He wears a robe.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's very concerning.
Yeah, but it's fucking amazing. Like,
fair enough.
Someday you'll see it.
That sounds like a threat.
It fucking is.
He asks, Harry Kane in for Jamie Vardy next week. Ooh. Is it worth keeping? Oh, I'll do the second bit later. But yeah, Harry Kane for Jamie Vardy. There we go, Paddy. You've got Vardy.
Fuck me.
You need Harry Kane.
Yeah, you do need Harry Kane, but do you need him instead of Vardy, who's playing Southampton?
Kane's playing Sheffield United.
Yeah, fucking do it, Morpheus. Morpheus, do it.
Are you going to do it?
No, I'm doing
Cavani.
I'm doing Cavani.
I'm probably, going to do the same thing, especially after another blank from Jamie Vardy tonight. I was kind of just testing the waters a bit after his goal and assist last week. And he did have a great 45 minutes, but that being said, it was just a great 45 minutes last week. It wasn't massive, and I didn't have to worry about it this week. But yeah, you know what? I'm giving that a thumbs up too.
Yeah, big love. Big love.
Worth keeping Diogo Jota.
Nah, fuck him.
Fuck him in the bin.
Fuck him in the bin. Bin him. In the mud.
In the mud. Yeah, I think... I don't know. I mean, it depends. Yeah, it's tough. Like, he hasn't scored 4 games. It's the longest he's gone without scoring. So, I mean, it's not really... We don't really have a whole load of information on, he's streaky and all this kind of shit. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a bit of a dry patch. But he did get hooked before the 60th minute, I think, against Newcastle at the weekend. Now, he was playing 4 up front, so... maybe that's something to do with it. But is he willing to go? Like, will he be playing 4 up front this week against United? Most likely not. And which gets dropped?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a case to be made for all 3, with the exception of Salah, or we should say Mane and Firmino. Either of them could be dropped. I wouldn't mind holding out. I think Liverpool's fixtures are savage, and
they're amazing.
Salah,
if he does anything against United, there's no way you're selling him against Southampton, West Brom, Burnley, or Crystal Palace. So if you've any doubt at all, sell him now. Fuck.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, is it Dak? He's not a premium asset, so it's not going to be the end of the world to try and get him back in. You're not going to be tearing your team up. But I hope that one serves you well, that guy Morpheus. And then this one is directed literally at you, Paddy. So this is the beginning of your ragamuffins. This is from FPL _FUT fan at FFUT fan.
Tony McBride.
Well, there you go. There's his full name.
Just doxed him.
Just absolutely doxed him.
Doxed him.
Oh, let's hope he doesn't have any dodgy stuff in that account. Well, Paddy, Tony here. Right, fuck FPL. Okay, so this is the beginning of the madness. Answer me this: if you were a biscuit, what type of biscuit would you be, and why?
Fucking a custard cream, because it's a fucking classic. But you know what? Actually, changing that to Jammy Dodger right away. Because I've had a few Jammy Dodger subs coming off my bench lately with Dallas and Watkins and things like that. So, yeah, that would be more fitting at the moment.
It sounds like you wanted to say the custard cream, but you had such a good segue with the Jammy Dodger. You were like, I'm going to do both of them.
Yeah, I had to do both, yeah. So I'm going with that Jammy Dodger because it's true. At the moment, I've had a couple of really jammy decisions. Well, tactical positioning, really.
Tactical positioning, nothing is jammy in FPL. It's all 100% intentional. So for what type of biscuit would I be? I am going to just go with one of my favourite biscuits, and that's the classic Hobnob. I think I've actually been asked that on this before, which is maybe I'm imagining things. Hobnob's not a posh biscuit. You get them for €1.
It's fucking really, really posh.
It's a posh digestive, I'll give you that. But it's also...
It's posh.
I think it's Peter Kay who does the bit on dipping a hobnob and dipping
yeah.
a regular digestive. That sold me on hobnobs. And if you want to change between regular biscuit and oatmeal, you can do oatmeal hobnobs, and I like them. I like them. They can take a good dipping, and I'm chunky as well. So
And
I
I enjoy a bit of dipping myself.
I'm sure you do. Actually, how's the Viking dippers been going for you?
Yeah, it's going great. We're on 58 consecutive days now, and the road to 100 and beyond has begun.
Yeah, it began 58 days ago.
Yeah, so yeah. What a cunt! Oh my god, a C-bond. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you can see.
I know my mum listens. Sorry, mum.
But tell me about the fucking Lifebuoy you got donated. That's pretty good work.
Yeah,
is that just a novelty, or are they worried you might kill yourselves?
That is the People's Ring.
People's Ring.
Yeah, and it's a landmark now up there in Tramore Beach and Downings in County Donegal, and people actually come from miles around to kiss the People's Ring, and they take a picture and they tag it on the Instagram, which is the Viking Dippers.
What is in the water up there at all? I don't know. don't be asking me.
It's a dream for me for you to come up and kiss my ring sometime.
That's a step too far, Patrick. Okay?
Yeah, no, my fucking life ring.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's better than what we call them boys down here. So if you were saying, "Come up and kiss my boy,"
the people's boy.
The people's boy
doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't, no. And there's a little vibe of the Vatican Church off it as well.
There is.
The Papal's boy. But
the Papal's boy. That was so good. That was so good. The Papal's boy. All right, okay.
Shit's about to get... Now, this is where it gets real fucking crazy.
Fucking downhill here now. This is where we lower the tone.
This is... Yeah, well, again, that is kind of in the intro. So, first question. At Hindu Monkey, he asks... Say that again, Patrick?
He enjoys a good punt.
A good punt. What is manscaping?
Well, I think Dougal actually came in and fucking ruined this question and said it's shaving your bollocks.
Okay, well, I guess I shouldn't have asked it then.
But it's a completely fine question to ask.
No, it's okay. Just sandbag me like that, Paddy. Well, just completely sandbag me.
No, but Dougal then, after I actually told, I said, why did you ruin the question? He made it up to us and he says, what is the best way to shave your bollocks? Sitting on the toilet or in the shower? Do you want to go first on that one?
This is from Dougal or Hindu Monkey? I'm completely...
Well, Monkey asked what is manscaping in Hindu, and then, when you get those fuckers...
I get you. I'm up to... Yeah. What way do I shave my pubic hair is what you're asking me on this podcast. Is that it? That's
what I'm asking you.
Oh, okay, I don't. No, it's not. I think toilet or shower. I go for the sink. I'm not going to be doing any mad fucking housework down there anyway. So I'd probably just go with something a bit easier. Just lob them into the sink, and you can just collect whatever you need to then afterwards. What about you?
That's great. I do mine in the shower.
Yeah, makes sense.
I use my left hand and I grab my bollocks and I pull. Okay. I pull them right up to my belly button, and I start right down at the gooch. I do right in there, and then I go right cheek, left cheek from the anus out, and then I do the shaft right up to the right hand side and left hand side, and then sometimes I leave a little moustache, a naughty one.
A little Hitler moustache.
Yeah. But then I just shave it off right away because I feel naughty.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught with a Hitler moustache.
But I don't do any lines. I just go completely. Like fucking bollock naked.
So no cocaine, you just bollock naked.
Just fucking bollock it up, man.
Does this help you with your swimming and your dipping?
Yeah, it gives me more when I'm going in. It less weight.
Yeah, I get you.
Hairs, and I don't want no seaweed catching there. Or of course the main thing, crabs. You don't want to get those.
You don't want to get sea crabs when you're in dipping.
Yeah. No. So the less pubes, the better.
Imagine that going back to your missus and going, "Oh, I'm after getting crabs," and she goes to throw something at you, and you're like, "No, it's from
swimming.
From the water, it's swimming, of course."
Oh, yes, totally.
I don't think you get away with it. So
I think that was a fair enough answer. Like there was no messing about there. That was from the heart.
Honesty. That's what I do. Oh, there's another Hindu monkey question. I'll ask another.
Jesus.
Rate these accounts in order of who is least likely to get any action with the bevy of hotties that will be at FF Fest, Fantasy Football Fest. Something in the works over in England. At FPL Dougal, at Pinky Green FPL, and at Claret FPL, and the other one who got banned. Cheers. So who most likely to get any action? I think it's quite obvious they'd all be too busy fucking themselves. Isn't that right, Petty?
Exactly. I think none of them. They'd be all shagging each other.
Yeah, too busy up their own holes.
Pinky anyway wouldn't be fucking... Sure, he's probably barred.
You don't know if he's barred. He's probably about 50 or 60 different aliases. He's the only one of these I do know.
Yeah.
You're not catching that guy. He's essentially all the Mission Impossibles put together.
Yeah. No, that's true. No, I think that pretty much covers that, you know.
All right, I just opened a beer. How unprofessional of me. We got another one. Oh, fucking hell. This is also continuing the Jesus. The manscaping theme. Real Delhi FPL. At Real Delhi FPL. Fucking hell. What provides the best results? Putting green rough or fairway length? Does the direction of the cut impact contact and release? What do you do if you've chunked it? And what if it's a challenging hole location? So these are all very well thought out golf / pubic hair and that, puns or analogies, whatever the fucking it is. And you can't wait to hear the answers. I mean, like, look.
Can't answer that. I'm just going for the fair green, like. You know.
Which one's the fair green? That's the middle one, isn't it?
No, the putting one.
Yeah, the putting one.
That would be the baldest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a fairway length in between fairway, and you don't want to be completely fucking bald, Betty. What is this? You know, what are you, fucking Ken doll? You know, it's like, no. I mean, I'll go rough or fairway length. Usually rough. Does the direction of the cut impact contact
what does that
and
mean?
Release? What does what mean?
Does the impact of the cut affect what's that part?
I think it's he's worked a golf term into that very well.
I know
there.
with the golf term, like.
Well, I don't know the fucking golf term. I don't know how it really relates.
What does it mean to do with your pubes, like the stroke?
Again, my point is, I think he's just essentially focused too heavily on the golf, and it doesn't actually relate to cutting your pubes. Because I'm with you.
So the main
direction of the cut impact. Yeah. What do you do if you've chunked it? Just shave it all off with anything. And what if it's a challenging hole location? Well, I mean, Paddy, you deal with the hardest ones.
Challenging hole location.
So you have a whole system worked out. You went into great fucking detail.
Yeah, I go over. Is he chatting about shaving the hole too? Like
the bum?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I do try to do that too.
I suppose
it's a dodgy area because you can't see.
I'm not going anywhere near that. Okay. Lin Guardians of the Galaxy FPL at Lin_FPL. You're now banned from Old Trafford. What would be the reason for it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Have you got have you prepped an answer for this?
No, but maybe because you're not allowed in there at the moment.
That's a good one. I mean, that's a very good answer. I don't know if I can beat that one. I'd probably get banned for some of the Devil's Cabbage. That's the realistic answer.
What's the
Devil's
Cabbage?
Most likely, the Jamaican Woodbines, a bit of jazz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's most likely what I would get kicked out of Old Trafford for. It wouldn't surprise me. But I don't. Yeah, I'm with you, Paddy. Just being in there right now, that would be enough.
It's not allowed.
Risk and Reward FPL at Risk Reward FPL. Well, my marriage, Jesus, another manscaping one. My marriage is falling apart due to a lack of manscaping and cooking. Can you help me convince my wife to start doing either of those or either of those? Is it either or either, Paddy?
Is his wife a man?
Is it either or either?
I don't know. Either.
Sure, either of them will do.
Either. But why does he want to convince
sandbags? Absolutely sandbags.
To manscape. Can you read that again, please? Just that little.
Yes, I can read it again, Paddy. Can you help? Okay, his marriage is falling apart due to a lack of manscaping and cooking. Can you help me convince my wife to start doing either of those? So the issue there is that you're trying to convince your wife to start doing them.
To start manscaping?
I assume to shave his pubic hair.
Okay. Well,
which again, kind of, it's not manscaping for a start if your lady is doing it.
Yeah, she's doing it. Does she have a hairy bush?
I'm not going to go into that. I don't think it would be proper. We lower the tone, Paddy, but there is some standards here, please.
Yes.
Some standards, you know.
I would definitely.
If you're bashing for the Catholic Church. Okay, so next one.
About that.
Next one at Pinky Green FPL.
Oh, Jesus
Do you know
Christ.
any good knock jokes? So there we. This is how far we've gone down to now.
No.
This actually gets worse. I've seen a lot more of these questions. Go on.
Okay. Will I go first, or do you want to go first?
Yeah. Knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad you didn't say banana? This is where you need the sound effect. Like,
okay. Knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
No, Europe who?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Do you want another one?
Give me another one, yeah.
Okay. Here's one here. Knock. Oh shit. Knock.
Who's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, who?
No thanks. I use Google.
That's weak.
Yeah, I know.
I'll give you one more to redeem yourself.
Okay. Right, here we go. This is the big one.
You put work into this.
Yeah, wait there. I actually screenshotted some of these. The best one was the Europoo one though.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, knock.
Who's there?
Hatch.
Hachu.
God bless you.
I realized as soon as I said it, I was like, God damn it.
Hachu.
All right, one more. I'm going to give you my only other one that I know
right, give me,
at the top of my head. Knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
You
Moo!
fucking prick! You fucking prick!
I do like that.
Yeah, that was very good. That's the winner.
All right. Jimmy declared at Claret FPL. Oh, fuck me. If you had to fight all the members of an FPL podcast, who would you back yourself to beat, and who do you think would batter you?
Jesus Christ.
That's a bit of a question, isn't
real
it?
brutal question there, isn't it? Like,
yeah. I guess like single podcasts would be the thing, like someone that's on their own. Maybe female podcasts. That's what you want to aim for.
True. Maybe Nymphrya.
Yeah, she looks like. Although I'd say she could fucking take your head off if she wanted to.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe Chieftain. Two of us.
Because he's on his own. He's fit as fuck. I mean, I know you're a swimmer now, but like, I'm not.
He's out running with Seamus and all and everything times, isn't he?
Yeah, I feel like he'd separate you and me, and then take us off.
And he's got an allocation.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Without just
fucking batter. We have to batter someone. Like we can't. Like we've already ruled out.
We're lovers, Patty. We're lovers. Here. We're not
this
fighters.
question needs to be answered.
Well, I guess, but I don't think you could answer it in fucking 2 minutes. You'd have to break it down. Where are we? What season is
like,
it?
There's loads of podcasts. What about the Who Got the Assist guys? Will we batter them?
Would you want? You wouldn't want to even think about it.
I like Tom and I like Stag and Nick. So no, I wouldn't want to batter them.
I can't imagine myself
Would you
beating
batter
those
them?
people.
Would we batter the cheaters? No, actually, I don't know.
Realistically, they'd sue us. They're from America, so
I can't bat them.
We wouldn't get away with it legally. I think I would just focus on basically any female podcasters out there. I feel like they're the most. I'm just joking.
Batter Jules Breach. No, she's in a 3-way podcast.
Is she in a podcast?
Yeah, the Football Ramble. What about, you know why we could batter?
These are real people that you can't actually. This is like. Well, never mind. Go on. I'm getting too.
It's all metaphorically. We love them all, really, but we're just realistically trying to think who we could batter. What about those fucking bonus pints pod boys like Pinky and fucking Claret who asked the question and Dougal?
But I think they know the answer to that. They know that we'd batter them.
Yeah, they know we'd fucking kick fuck out of them.
Yeah, it'd be easy as well. I don't even think we'd have to. I'm gonna have to cut you off, Eddie. Just cuts the technical differences. No, I mean we'll do an old FPL interfirm fucking hooliganism.
Could be a poll that. Yeah.
How the fuck?
I fucking know it. I know it. I've got it. We'd batter the three amigos. Because Kylie, we'd knock fuck it. No, I don't know. Well, we'd batter Kylie.
She'll be wine drunk. So
yeah, she'll be.
You don't fight someone
we'll
wine
stay away
drunk.
from her, but we'll batter that handy monkey bastard.
I barely know him, but he sounds.
He wears pajama shorts. Do you know anybody who wears pajama shorts?
What are pajama shorts?
Exactly what I fucking said when I heard it. They're fucking pajamas, only they're shorts, and they're baggy, and they're fucking terrible looking.
But you just described shorts.
But he calls them pajama shorts.
Because he wouldn't wear them outdoors.
Exactly, and we'll batter Mars. Mars is always fucking high in shisha, so we'll not fuck with him. And
yeah, wait till he's off his kite. Kylie's drunk.
He's doing Ramadan, so he'll be weak. We'll get him.
But isn't he tall?
Yeah, but Don will
so he'd
help
have
us
reach.
Don will help us batter them because.
Oh, I get you. It's a heel turn.
Yeah,
it's
heel
a
turn.
yeah. Oh, I love it.
Like
Oh my good God Almighty! Not this way.
Somebody stop the goddamn match!
Yeah.
Like a government mule. Yeah, we got it.
Oh God. Oh, I love it. A heel turn from Don. That no one would be expecting that.
No one would expect a heel turn from Don. Who would batter us?
I'm gonna no one. Straight up. I mean,
nobody.
I can't think of a single individual.
Not one.
In the universe that would even come close to it.
But
thanks for that.
Cheers, Claret.
That question, Claret. I'm sure we've got no one's back up now after that. I feel like this was a sabotage. This was a question put to us by a saboteur, just trying to get us, at everyone's throats. You said is he on the bonus points podcast?
Yeah, bonus points podcast. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to start a fucking turf war over here. See who can lower the tone the most.
Planet FPL too. We could batter them.
Planet FPL.
James would be pissed, and Suge should just be fucking. We just batter him then. Two of us on him.
I think we're basically describing getting the jump on everyone.
Yeah.
No fair fight here. There's no such thing as a fair fight. Fuck this. Yeah, everything goes dark.
Everything's tactical.
And yeah, no, which you tact. I like it. Next question. Because we're hour and 15 minutes already. Karl Marx. Fucking hell, King. What have you done? How's the Viking life? Do you think it gives you a perspective on life away from the neoliberalism and ever-increasing capitalism? Or have the wants of the world affected the Viking culture over time? No, there's a fucking question.
Can I just pass on that one?
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
It says a lot of big words there. Neoliberalism, capitalism.
I'm not
sure that we're all off to heaven, lads. Way. That's what I said to all that. Niall Hawthorne at Niall Hawthorne. He says, "Who has the single greatest collection of Premier League goals, and why haven't you said Matt Le Tissier?"
Oh wow! Wow! Did we just do that? Me and Niall Hawthorne.
You did.
Oh my God! Now did we just become best friends?
So there we have our answer, Matt Le Tissier. Pity turned into a bit of a gobshite. How much would Chris Wood chuck if Chris Wood chuck could Chris Wood? Oh, nearly got it perfect. But it's a tough one.
Oh my God.
It's not a question. But I do appreciate the
effort.
The thing FPL Gills at FPL_Gills. The answer is Chris Wood could chuck all day long. That's all you need to know about Chris Wood. I hope we've answered everything. I think I have.
I have an anonymous.
Say that again.
Anonymous question.
Anonymous. Two ends.
From a Swede living in Norway.
That's not fucking anonymous.
Oh, come on. They're all living in Norway. If you had to pick a footballer to shag your wife, who would it be and why?
That's a tough one.
No, you can't join in. Well, we it is.
It fits the theme of the show so far.
Right. Well, you know what we'll do here. We'll answer this at the exact same time. All right. We haven't rehearsed this. We'll just count down from 3. Okay.
Oh, but I don't know what I'm going to say.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to say, but we'll just whatever comes. And
that's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. You like the way I say it in there, right? Whatever comes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, but we actually do it on the one right after.
We do it on the one.
No,
3,
right
2,
after
1.
because we can't both do it in one because I'll be saying 1 and then you'll get a head start. So after, 3, 2, 1. Ryan Giggs. Oh my God.
This is it. I think. Yeah. Did we just become best friends?
We did. I would just sit in the corner wanking.
We're both United fans. I guess we're thinking of.
He shagged everyone else's wife anyway, so why not?
You wouldn't feel like he did much damage, I suppose. You'd be like, yeah, shock hard.
Anyway, me and him would just high five, hug, and be like, okay,
I was this close to saying Heung-min Son.
Oh.
After seeing his tears at the weekend, I was like, oh, buddy, come on, cheer up. hop on. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
get it over you.
that's pretty cool. No,
But
I like that.
Ryan Giggs, why do we both think Ryan Giggs? Just because he's in the papers at the moment?
Shagging everyone's wife, and he's a legend. And
Well, he's in.
wait, would you want to watch, or would you just be like, go on ahead in there?
I wouldn't be anywhere near him. I mean,
I'd probably.
I mean, realistically, I'd pick someone I wanted to murder. Which, Ryan Giggs is kind of, he's touching that line with the whole. I'm not getting into that shit, but
I mean, would you like to be in the room while he shags your wife?
No. What the fuck kind of question is that?
I just don't know. You picked him.
I did not pick this question. You got an anonymous question.
You picked Ryan Giggs.
Oh, well, that's because, he's just the first footballer that comes to mind. I mean, John Terry's up there. No, not once. I mean, you don't want anyone.
But why
you don't
would
want
you
anyone.
say John Terry's name?
Because he is known for being a bit of a dirtbag.
You like John Terry?
No, I hate John Terry.
Well, then you like Ryan Giggs.
Eh.
No?
I used to. I mean, like, this whole, court case and stuff has got me thinking
Is he a wife
twice.
beater now?
We don't know. I just know that
I'd
they're...
make him sign a contract that he wasn't allowed to punch her anyway.
He wasn't allowed to punch her. Please, just don't hit her. Keep your hands to yourself. But
and quickly and out.
Everything else is out. Yeah. And could you sign this jersey for me?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Not with that. Not with that.
Oh my god. You went there. Just a little drop here. Okay.
Oh god, that's rotten. But I think we got all the questions done. Thank you for everyone that got them in. That was an insane drunk tank.
Yeah.
Aptly named.
I
hope
the
we
tone.
did. Yeah, I hope we did some justice and didn't just break your hearts. Before we let you go,
who's your captain?
Who's my captain? This week is, I'm just going to say Harry Kane.
Yeah, me too. Let's touch penises.
But I think Iheanacho is making a real fucking strong case. I'm just going to say that right there.
Cool.
So before we head away, let's get right on over to the FPL Hangover Mini League. I'm going to hopefully I have reloaded it. I have reloaded it. And we do not have a new number one, at least at the moment. LiveFPL.net, go check it out. It's fantastic. In number one, we'll do the top five. In number one, Flying Without Ings, Camarul Arfin, 2211. This week he got 62. In second place, Ken Corbally, he's got 2,211 points off top, 61. Third place, FPL Renegades Drew, he's got 2165. And fourth place is 20 Legends Niall Bolster, he's on 67, 2145. And fifth place, I'm down to fifth place, 2138 with 53. Not the end of the world, just for anyone who was wondering about my overall rank. I think I dropped down about $1,000 this week, down to 2813.
Where am I?
2603. I don't have. Where are you in the mini league?
Yeah, where am I? On your mini league.
You ask me this every week, Paddy, and I'm done. I'm just ignoring you from now on.
Oh,
You actively made an effort not to join my mini league.
I'm not.
Even though I paid money to join your mini league.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I fucking did.
What if No, it was a donation to charity. Join my
Sorry.
league.
Yes, you're right. No, I didn't. My apologies. I donated money.
Yeah,
I donated. Well, I mean, I still spent money to donate to join. There we go. Our tracks are covered. I'll just edit this out.
Yeah,
I will not. But we will wrap it up there. It's been going on for a while. I think we just missed you. It was 2 weeks. We missed you all. All right, Paddy. Say good luck to everyone and tell them where they can find you.
Oh yeah, good luck to everyone, and you can find me on Instagram at the Viking Dippers. You can also find me on Twitter at the FPL Viking _.
Yeah, there's an underscore in there.
Underscore.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a lovely weekend.
Check Paddy out on Twitter. You can check us out at FPL Hangover on Twitter. Also, you can find us on at FPL Hangover at Gmail. It's not at FPL Hangover. It's FPL Hangover at gmail.com. That's the email address if you do want to reach out to us. And make sure to drop a comment, like, subscribe in the video or any of the audio shit. Just let us know how you're getting on. Enjoy the end of the season. I mean, we'll be with you next week. We also have I'm not going to give away a spoiler here, but anyone that's stuck around obviously enjoys what the fuck they're listening to. And I'm telling you right now, tune in next week because we have a big announcement. We're going to have some end of season crack, but enjoy it anyway. Enjoy Game Week 34, folks. And God bless.